Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I took a little break, but I'm back. And I'm sure all my 65 subscribers were waiting for this moment to come. I know. And that's okay. Anyways, you guys, I'm back. I'm currently in Palm Springs, California, which is one of my favorite places to go. I was gonna film this outside because there was a beautiful outside area, but I cannot find the right lighting, so I'm just gonna do it here. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about how I learned English in America. As you guys know, I moved here when I was 20 years old. It was 2007. And then I turned 21 3 months later. So I was basically 21. No English. So everything I learned here. And I want to talk to you guys about what helped me learn the language and what mistakes people make when they move here that slows down their process of learning English.
I'm Detective Carter. Do you speak any English?
The only things I knew when I moved here was, hello, my name is Alexander, I'm from Russia, what is your name? That's it. That was my vocabulary when I moved here. And I'll tell you this, for the first 6 months, I had nightmares because it's like it was very stressful even to go out because I was so afraid of people. I was so afraid that someone is gonna talk to me and I don't know what they're saying and I'll feel stupid or look stupid. So that was my fear. I couldn't even go to CVS to buy some stuff for the bathroom because I was worried that the cashier is gonna ask me something and I had no idea what he or she is saying, and it would just put me in a very uncomfortable situation.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So I was just afraid of people, you know, and Americans are very friendly and they're smiling and they say hello. I would always like almost run away from them because I was so nervous. Just almost like, please don't talk to me, I don't know what he's saying. It was stressful. So the first thing I did, I went to college. When I moved here, I was living in Glendale, and the first thing I did was I went to the Glendale Community College, and each college here provides you with like non-credit ESL classes, English as a second language, to learn the language, to learn the pronunciation. So that was the first thing I did. And it also was very stressful because how can you learn English if you don't speak English, right? So, but you know, you take a test and there are levels. There are different levels. You have to take the written test and the test will show you, are you gonna be on level 0, are you gonna be on level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 is like the highest one. So I took the test, and because I learned grammar, English grammar in Russia, I knew some of the grammatics, right? And so I took the test and I was in level 2. And the good thing is I feel the teachers are very helpful here, especially like the ESL teachers that teach you English. They talk very slowly, and even if you don't speak English, you kind of get sense of what they're saying because they're so slow and they pronounce everything, and for some reason that helped a lot. One of the things I'm very proud of, I had American roommates for the first 3 or 4 years, and I think that's the big help. You have to surround yourself by Americans so you can practice, because you can study this stuff all you want in college, but you have to keep practicing. I mean, your grammar is gonna get better in college, right? But your pronunciation, it's not gonna get better. You have to practice. And a lot of people make mistakes when they move here. They move to their community. For example, like they move to like West Hollywood where a lot of Russian people live and they all hang out with Russians and they have Russian roommates. So they do everything in Russian and then they go learn English in college, but it doesn't improve their English. If you don't practice it, how can you use all the stuff you just learned in college, you know? So that's the biggest mistake. And I put myself in a very uncomfortable situation, and I had to go out of my comfort zone to learn the language faster. So the first 6 months, I had to always go with my Russian English dictionary. Even when I was at home with my roommates, I would have to look for words all the time just to like try to communicate with them. And then of course, the more you practice, the more you learn. And I would ask him a lot of questions like, what is this? What is that? What is this? What is this? Also texting was helping a lot. Texting with text messaging with them would help. And of course, at the beginning, again, I wouldn't be able to understand a full sentence. So I would like, it would take me a while to respond because I had to go to my dictionary, you know, look up the word, see what it means, and then respond to him. I feel like that's why after 6 months of being here, I was already like able to, I was able to talk. Not like amazingly, but I wasn't afraid to talk to people. It took me 6 months to have like the basics and communicate. But again, it's all because I went to college. I was there for 2 years just studying English grammar and communication and talking to people. The only job I could get is in a Russian community because I didn't speak any English.
Please tell me you speak English.
So for the first couple of years, I worked as a server at the Russian restaurant. So of course you only speak Russian there. The only way I could practice my English was at home and at school. I feel like if I lived with Russians, it would slow down the process of learning the language because the only time you speak English is in your class, right? When you go to work, you speak Russian. When you go home, you speak Russian. I try to limit Russian as much as I could for the first 3 years, 4 years. And that's, to me, is the best advice I can give for people out there who just moved here and they have to learn the language. Try to avoid your community. Try to avoid people that speak your own language. You can have a friend or two. You will be a good support, of course, but in the meantime, isolate from your culture and speak English. Try to speak English. Try to talk to English speaking only. And yes, it's hard at the beginning, but it gets better, and every day you get better and you improve and your vocabulary gets better and your pronunciation gets better. The other thing that helped me a lot is going to college to get my theater degree. I never had a problem being loud and have a lot of energy on the stage, but my pronunciation and my vocabulary was very weak. So I started to read more and work on my pronunciation. A lot of like acting classes, a lot of speech classes and dialect classes helped me with my English. Of course I still have an accent, but I feel like the college helped me get that accent lighter. It's not as strong anymore as it used to be back when I just moved here, you know.
Austin Powers Faja. His what?
His Faja, Dr. Evil.
His Ferger? What's a Ferger?
So it's a whole process, and it's a very exciting journey, and I'm very fortunate and happy that I speak 2 languages. That's my advice for you guys. If you just move up there and know the language, you know, go to college, study English grammar. That's very important. Writing, reading helps a lot. Surround yourself by American-speaking people and practice as much as possible. You have to force yourself to get out of your comfort zone because it is very uncomfortable learning a new language, especially when you live in the country and you cannot communicate. That's rough and it's very uncomfortable, but you know what? It gets better every single day. Every single time you go to college, you learn something new. Every single day you talk to your roommate, you learn something new. Try to avoid your own language and just really stick with English. I feel like it's a very interesting topic because there are a lot of immigrants in the United States, and some people come here with the knowledge of English and some people have no knowledge at all and they have to start from scratch and learn the basics. I'm still to this day, I've been in the United States for 12 years and I still learn every single day. Every time there is a play I'm reading, you know, I ask questions. What does it mean? Why is it funny? You know, not just, you don't just learn the language, but you also learn the culture. You know, what's behind that joke? Why is it funny? So you learn as you go. And I love learning English. English is a very fascinating language. If you guys have your own experience or you learned some other language rather than English, let me know. Write down your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will see you soon. Mwah.